Hello, everyone. My name is Georgia Monroe, and I am here to teach the News to You lesson for today. The title of this lesson is Greta Thunberg and Earth. Many people want to protect the Earth. Many people celebrate protecting Earth on Earth Day. Earth Day is April 22nd, which is today, Wednesday, April 22nd. One person who wants to protect the Earth is Greta. Greta was born in Sweden. Greta is 17 years old. Greta has Asperger's syndrome. And Asperger's syndrome is a kind of autism. People with autism may think differently. Greta gives speeches about climate change. She learned about climate change at the age of 8 years old. Climate is the usual weather in place. Many people think the climate is changing. They think climate change could be dangerous for the earth. Climate change may bring floods, water all over the land, and is reaching up as high as the houses, going into the houses and flooding all their furniture and stuff. It could also bring storms, lightning, rain, thunder, and hail, which all could be damaging. The lightning can strike something that can burn, or the rain could flood, as same as flooding, and then the hail can damage cars, break windows. Wildfires is another climate change that it could bring. Fires burning into the forest can come and reach as far as homes and burn homes down, businesses and stores, and it can do much more. Greta wants to help stop climate change. Greta wants government leaders to help too. She started protests in front of government buildings. Students around the world heard about Greta. They wanted to help stop climate change. Those students started to do protests as well. Greta started to meet with leaders. Now she meets with leaders around the world. Greta talks to leaders about climate change. She talks about how leaders can protect the earth. Greta asks leaders to write a law on climate change. She wants the laws to protect the earth. Greta asks other people to protect the earth too. Greta thinks everyone can help. Greta has ideas to protect the earth. Greta asks people not to fly on planes. And the reason because planes make pollution in the air and that comes down to the surface. Pollution can hurt the earth. Protecting earth is important to Greta Thunberg. Greta is brave. I remind you, she's 17 years old and she's talking to all these adult people. She meets with many adult leaders. She talks about something that is important to her. Why is protecting Earth important for Greta? Greta was born in Stockholm, Sweden. Greta started doing protests in 2018. Time magazine named Greta the 2019 Person of the Year. She is the youngest person to be the Person of the Year. Now Greta gives speeches around the world. Greta Thunberg was born in Sweden, and Sweden is a country in the northern Europe. The capital city of Sweden is Stockholm. The Baltic Sea is southeast of Sweden. Sweden is a part of Scandinavian peninsula. That concludes our lesson about Greta Thunberg going out protesting and trying to get a law to protect the earth. Here's some Swedish meatballs. And why Swedish meatballs? Is because she was born in Sweden. So they have meatballs that's named after their capital city. It it will include beef broth, cream of mushroom soup, onion soup mix, frozen meatballs, sour cream, parsley flakes, cooked egg noodles, a slow cooker that's sprayed with cooking oil, and a large spoon, preferable wood. So maybe your parents can help you make this meal. You're going to put the canned soup and the soup mix in the cooker, in the slow cooker. Then you're going to put the meatballs in the slow cooker and you're going to stir. You're going to stir, you're going to stir, you're going to stir. Then you're going to let it cook for 5 to 6 hours. That's a long time. That's enough time to get the flavor in there, and it's going to taste good. Sound like it's going to taste good. Put sour cream and parsley. After the 6 hours, you're going to put sour cream and parsley into the slow cooker, and you're going to stir. And you're going to stir until you're going to let it cook until all of that warms through within the meatball, and it melts down, because the sour cream is going to be kind of gunky like when you put it in there. Then you're going to serve the meatballs over the noodles, the ones that were already cooked, and then you're going to eat them. That sounds delicious. So, joke page. Knock, knock. Who's there? Place. Place who? Place help protect the earth. Instead of using please, they said place. So it's basically saying please help protect earth. Another joke page. Joke page. I have a joke. Tell me, tell me. How does the rain tie a shoe? I don't know. How? With a rainbow. That was funny. This is the rainbow. Okay, we got a worksheet that we're gonna work on together. And what we need to do, we are going to pick all the pictures that match, that coincide with our lesson about Greta and the Earth. Okay, and I'm gonna do this with you. Protest. Did protest have anything to do with Greta and the Earth lesson? Yes, it did. Protest. It's marked in green, so that means that yes, it has something to do with it. That was the correct answer. Okay, climate change. Did we talk about climate change in this lesson? Yes, we did. Let's mark that. Climate change. Tools. Did we talk about any tools? No, we didn't. Tools was not talked about in this lesson.
Tools.
And as you can see, it's marked in red.
Important.
Important was a part of the lesson because Greta was trying to show how important it is to try to save the earth. What did Greta do? She went around, she did speeches.
Speech.
Another correct answer. And she showed a lot of bravery by going out and talking to adults. And she's only 17. Brave. Is that the correct answer?
Brave.
Yes, it is. Protect. Was that part of the lesson? Remember, she was talking about how she wanted to protect the earth. Protect.
Protect.
It is a part of the lesson. It is the correct choice. Book corner. Was book corner part of the lesson? Sitting down in the library on a beanbag with a pillow and surrounded by books.
Book corner.
No, it wasn't. Book corner was not talked about in the lesson. What about the recipe box? Not the recipe that we were making a few minutes ago, but the recipe box. I don't think so. Let's see.
Recipe box.
Recipe box is not a part of it. What about an ideal? Greta had plenty of ideas that she had talked over with all the adults that she had to do her speech with. The governor. Is that part of the lesson an ideal?
Idea.
Yes, it is. Pollution. Greta wanted people to stop riding on the planes because of the pollution. Was that part of it? I think it was.
Pollution.
Yes. And our whole major part of this lesson is about the earth.
Earth.
Okay, that's the correct answer. Was the weather a part of the lesson?
Weather.
Yes, because she wanted climate change. What about dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs.
No, that was not a part of it. And thinking?
Think.
Yes, you had to think of ideals and who did she talk to and what it was that she wanted to change
Law.
was the law. Good. Okay. So that ends our lesson for right here. And you have activities sheets that are posted along with this that you will be able to go through and do with your parents. And I hope you have a nice day. And remember, today is Earth Day. Goodbye.